Very well. I want to thank the organizers for inviting me to be part of this morning session. I'm very happy you fed me, giving me a nice breakfast, and I want to thank you for that. Secondly, I want to extend my heartfelt greetings to the members of the advisory board, the executive of the organization, for making Ghana a part of this historic event. Thank you. As far back as 1996, I was a young diplomat accredited to the Republic of Togo, and there was a match between Ghana and Nigeria. And I was asked to escort the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, who has come to Ghana, because at that time we were talking with them on how we can also look at our petroleum deposits there, so that there were network, like the oil is network. So when we left Ghana, I met them at the Togolese border with the way leading them to Benin, because over there, from Benin, getting to Badagry, security was not very okay there. So His Excellency Mr. Joko, the ambassador of Nigeria in Togo, said, "Oh, young officer, there's a football match. Come and sit down, let's see." And for some years, Ghana has been beating Nigeria. So we thought we would beat them again. So I sat down, me alone sitting between about 10 Nigerians. And we scored 2 goals, and I was very happy. Then there was a young man called J.J. Okocha. He said, "No." At the end of the day, Ghana was beating 3-2. While the Nigerians were jubilating, His Excellency Okocha said, "My brother, you know it happens." Thank you. Yes, that is networking. In networking, they are collateral damage. In networking, there are collateral damage. But in networking, at the same time, there are challenges beyond your wildest imagination. When the Europeans wanted to take Africa, they networked. In my country, you can count 29 ports and castles. From the Brandbergers, the Portuguese, and French, and later on, the English. They networked to buy slaves. That time, there was nothing like Ghana, there was nothing like Togo, there's nothing like Benin, or nothing like Nigeria. It was West Africa, West Coast. And when they got there, they devised means to get the Africans, because they had a purpose. The purpose is trade. They wanted money, resources, and others. So how do we go? The first castle on the West Coast is situated in Ghana. It's called Elmina Castle, and it was built by the Portuguese in 1447. And it is there today. That's the first Chile castle. And when the Portuguese came, they started by what we call silent trade. They wanted gold, they wanted ivory, they told the local people, the local people gave it to them. They were one to Nana Kwame Nkrumah and said, "No, Nana, we want to build our castle here." Nana said, "No, if you build our castle here, there will be problems." Before Kwame Nkrumah was saying, they went 70 kilometers far away from him and built a castle. The next time he saw was that his people were being stolen one and one. And said, "I beg my friend, we started business selling gold and others, but what are you doing?" He said, "Look, we are going to house, if you go away." They network, they plant, and they kill. Subsequently, when slave trade was abolished in the Kingdom of Great Britain in 1806, the British authorities found out that no, the trade had become so lucrative that people didn't want to stop. So they gave concessions. If you can catch this ship with slaves, we'll give you so much money and others. There was a Canadian who took advantage of it. His name is McCarthy went to Sierra Leone, started trying to stop the slave dealers and all those things. Then he went to UK and said, look, if we stop the slave trade, we can sell goods and services. We can colonize them, make business with them. He was given the mandate. He started with Sierra Leone, then moved to Ghana. He said, Ghana is good. But the Ghanaians were worried that fights and others, the Ashantis were fighting them. Then Sir Charles McCarthy felt that he was a soldier, so he can go interland to Ashanti territory. He got the Ashanti continent. Then they sent a message to the Queen of Britain and said, these people are very bad, we will teach them lessons. So they brought somebody who was a seasoned massacrer. He's called Sir Garnet Wesley. And when Wesley got to Ghana, that time Gold Coast, he said that these people, our forces cannot take them. So what do? We go to Nigeria. We won Hausa regiments. They brought them from the north and the south, and they attacked, defeated Ashanti totally, and they established British rule there. They network, and they go where they wanted. They network, and part of the network, they sought advice from political leaders, the British government. The Brandenburgers were Germans, they networked. So Christensen, who was the king at that time, built another castle in Ghana, which is called the Christiansborg Castle, which is the seat of government of Ghana today. It was the king of then the Brandenburgers who gave money and others to build that. It's called St. George the Crescent. They networked, and they got the political crowds. Secondly, they wanted the local knowledge. They brought a team around Africa and others and said that, look, these Africans, they don't know themselves. The Ashantis and others do not network with the houses or the Yorubas and others. So we bring the Yoruba people and tell them truth. So in Ghana today, there's a popular saying, Bature Yafari. Bature Yafari. Who's a Hausa man here? Yeah. And what does it mean?
A white man has fallen. A white man has fallen.
He has told us to kill, so we kill him. Bature Yafari. They couldn't understand us. And what they speak was Hausa. We don't speak Hausa. We spoke Ewe, Chi, and others. When the white man said, kill, Bature Yafari, to behave he obeyed the command, and he killed. He killed his own brother, and established the indirect rule in Ghana. So in 1847, Ghana became a colony of Britain. From there they moved to Nigeria and established their kingdom in Nigeria. From there they started taking civil service from Ghana to Nigeria. So, all of you know the history about that. All what I'm saying is that you have to network. And networking involves so many things. You need advice from the political leaders. You need advice from the local people. You need advice as what is going on the ground. As the young man said that Africans have found out that there is an emergency. And we started building bridges. Instead of what? Building dams. If we continue to build dams, what will happen to us? We will be drowned by the water behind the dams. So, the heads of states and governments of Africa have decided since 1974 to form the Economic Community of West African States. ECOWAS is a bridge, and I hope all of you are aware of ECOWAS. ECOWAS says that there should be free movement of what? Persons and goods in the sub-region of about 300 what? Million people. When our people wanted our money, they networked and balkanized what? The West Africa. Today we have what? The Nigeria. We have what? The Benin. We have what? The Togo. We have what? The Ghana, La Côte d'Ivoire and others. But prior to that, we were one people united. But they networked and balkanized us into pieces. That's what Kwame Nkrumah said, that Africa must unite. Unite from your villages and have one capital, everything, so that we can pull our resources together. When I was working as a diplomat in Benin, I crossed to Nigeria most of the times, through Ifani or Badagry. But I found out that the people in Port Novo, Ifani and others are my own people right now in Ghana. They spoke my own language, but in dialects. They are laughing about you. Spoke what? Yoruba. I speak it, and I can hear the Yoruba words. And when I had a friend who's a Yoruba and started talking, I said, but what language are you talking? When I passed the route from Port Novo to Ifani, I saw villages which have got the same names, like my villages in Ghana. Bozome, Lome, and all those things. Then I asked the elders, they said that, wow, originally we were the same people from Odo, and we travel here and all those things, and with wars and others, we find so many things. I'm referring to this thing because if you want to network, you need language. How do you engage the people if you don't speak their language? Eh? Yes, you can't. But when I got there, I found out that these people spoke my language with different accents. So there is nothing to let us feel that we are different. So since culturally we had city-states before the balkanization of Africa, we should consider ourselves as one people, that we have to put aside all political developments and others which have made us different from one another. We should put behind us the Alliance Compliance Order of 1971 from Ghana, where Nigerians were sacked from Ghana to Nigeria. And we should put behind us the same Alliance Compliance Order where Nigerian head of state, Shehu Shagari, also sacked Ghanaians to go back home because it doesn't do us any good. So, as political leaders, as well as economic leaders, as well as business people, you network and tell the political leaders that your political policies hurt our people. And policies should be done in such a way that we all, as a community of people, whether African or not, we will benefit from that. In times of war, and we have had one major one in our sub-region during the Biafra War, my country was populated everywhere with Nigerians. Ghanaians also mediated in the resolution of the case. I remember the head of state, General Ankara, was the one who was mediating between Yakubu Gowon and Odumango Ojukwu at Aburi in Accra. They met several times, and the results, everybody knows about it. We have had these interactions. Today, many Nigerians are living in Ghana. They feel Ghana is more home than anywhere. The former head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo, went to school in Ghana, went to Ghana Military Academy, and he's got a house in Ghana now. That every day he is there. What about Yakubu Gowon? He went to Nafrico, a school in Ghana. What about Adedeji? He also went to school in Ghana. In my classroom in Ghana, when I was a young guy, I can remember the name of Ade Ibrahim Yusufu. I can remember the names of Amusa Deri. I can remember the names of many of them. Many. There are even ethnic Yorubas in Ghana. Because we call them Ife people. We call them, they are there. All what I'm trying to drive at is one people with common destiny. And if you have put upon yourself the work of being business people, then you have to go beyond your simple buying and selling profits. You are going into a serious activity of going to be a mentor for politicians. You tell them what to do. And before you do that, then you should arm yourself with the local knowledge and international knowledge which you require for the people in that sub-region. Because they are being fed with different sorts of local and international knowledge over there. There are people who still believe in the exploitative attitudes of the past and tell them things and give them products which are not needed. If you want to go and save the situation, give them the gospel truth about what is happening in Canada. Give them the gospel truth about the percentages of profits and others that you want to provide them. Don't go there and tell the bureaucrats or the politicians that, look, when we bring this and shit, you understand? You understand? Or if you like, I'll mortgage something for you here so that you just sign these documents for me, and over here I'll get a house for you so that you wouldn't mind. Knowing very well that the products, the medical product that my friends, the pharmacists know that it's expired, you send them to them for your percentage. All what I'm saying that there should be ethical practices in your businesses. There should be ethical practices in your businesses. I don't want to bore you very much because networking is a very big subject. It cuts across everything. But the most important thing is that you have to provide them knowledge of the international situation. Secondly, you have to give them knowledge which is informed about the local situation so that when you compare the two, they can benefit from those things. History is replete with so many of these examples of people who did businesses all over the places. They made money, but some of them created serious problems. The Hudson Bay came to Canada. And if you follow the Hudson Bay, which today we call it a bay, it made a lot of money. They had all the political support of their countries. But today, there's still damage control in some areas. The United African Company, which we call it US in Africa, came. They found out that the most really lucrative areas for Africans is to create beer drinking factories. And after that, they find out that the palm trees and others that we have there, they can produce soap. So we have Omo, Sunlight, and all those things. Every West African, for that matter, the British influenced person in the sub-region, if you want soap, he sees what? Sunlight or Omo, or the Pepsodent. That's the products we know. Lush, that's the products. But when you cross to the French territory and you see palm olive, you say, what do you mean by palm olive? What is months I want? I don't want it. I was a diplomat accredited to Senegal and concurred accreditation to Gambia. And when we want to do shopping, my wife will say, no, we don't want that place. Let's cross to Gambia. Gambia, you will see the Omo, you will see the castor oil, the brand names. All what I'm saying is that we have been indoctrinated to tell us that the British products were the best. So Mansavon, even medical thing recommended in the French-speaking territory, my wife said, no, let's go to the other side. It's the same thing. We should live beyond that type of mentality. It is true that those people who colonized us for the markets, after using us as slaves, they want you to always buy things from them. They'll give you your language, and when you can read from that language, you can buy a product from that language. But if you want to make a change, make a positive change. And if that product is bad, tell the people that it is bad. It is bad. It is bad. I think I've taken much of your time, and I don't want to continue. But all what I want to say is that thank you for your time.